All right, moment of truth. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it works! So we have a couple things that are planned today. That's pretty much just to finish up the oil on the STI. And then also I'm waiting for the gasket for the S2K throttle body gasket, because we actually ended up getting the car started. And long story short, the car hasn't been working for a minute. I was doing some things, tried to start it, didn't work. So then I had to end up replacing the battery. I mean, it was getting old. Starter, it was getting old. Alternator, haven't changed yet, but that's still working. So I have to get the throttle body gasket, because I believe when I turned on the car yesterday and it started idling fine, and then it just like completely started revving up a little bit higher. I mean, it wasn't like your normal cold start on a cold day. So that's why I'm thinking it is. It's coming later from Amazon, so we're gonna check it out. Also, since my girlfriend and my daily car ended up going on fire, I'm gonna show a picture right here. Now all my attention is to the S2000, which is great. Well, now we don't have to worry about another car. But we do need to get another daily eventually, because it's reliable. Not reliable, but we want a more reliable car. But I am on a little bit of a time crunch, so I'm gonna just finish this up real quick. Go to the store. I gotta drop off a package. There's an OBD2 scanner, but I just didn't like it because it's one of those Bluetooth ones. So I'm gonna get this done, come home, do a couple of things, and I just really need to get started with my homework, or finish it, I should say. Yeah, this week I have one of my biggest finals due, so I have to get it done before I have work on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, if you're thinking about joining nursing school, don't join nursing school. All right, so just got done doing the oil. Now let's go ahead to UPS, drop off the package, and then get some drinks from the gas station. Bro, it's so cold. It's 46 degrees. My hands are freezing. Dude, it's been so gloomy every single day. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how people vlog while they're driving. This is crazy. Anyways, let's go get to the store. I'm not gonna be vlogging too much while driving, because right as you leave my neighborhood, it's basically like a little canyon. So yeah, I have to actually kind of focus a little bit. Bro, this is my view from the neighborhood every single day. So the throttle body gasket for the S2K comes from 12 to 4. It's already 102, so we're just gonna wait for it to come in to put it on. But I'm just gonna get some things done around the house. We do have family coming up here for my girlfriend's graduation. So I gotta get the house a little bit cleaned up, and then we can go ahead and install the throttle body gasket. Hopefully that fixes the problem. A little bit about me is I'm from SoCal. I was born and raised there. I've lived in LA County for a while. I met my girlfriend. I lived in San Diego for around 3 years. And then we ended up moving up towards NorCal, mainly for school and work, since they pay a lot higher in the field that I'm in. So those are kind of the reasons why I went up here instead of staying down in San Diego. Plus it's too expensive at the moment. But for sure, you know, once we end up getting our jobs and we get higher pay, we're definitely planning to move back down south to San Diego. So I'm excited about that. So mainly, since my content's going to be more towards cars and motorcycles, that's really what I want to be focusing on. So the first car that I got after high school with my own money was a 2015 Honda Civic Si. I really did love that car, and I think around 2022 is when I did upgrade to the STI. I do admit that I do regret a little bit selling that car, just because cheaper on gas. Honestly, with the money I'm making now, I could have really just boosted it. I could have supercharged it. I could have made it like really nice. but then I am getting a more expensive car, and of course my monthly's higher, and I can't do as much. Also, you know, life kind of hits you hard, so sometimes you can't always use that money for fun, and you gotta use it for bills and all that other stuff. So yeah, life is lifing right now. Currently, as you guys saw, I do own a 2020 STI. I have a couple mods on it, and I have a couple mods sitting just because I want to wait for more mods to come in so then I can just tune it all at once. Another thing is that I end up getting my motorcycle license, I think back in February. I did kind of jump the gun on it. I did buy my gear because a year prior to me getting my license, I remember talking to my dad, and my dad was like saying like, yeah, you can have it. But of course, you know, me being so excited with it, I ended up remembering, and I'm pretty sure he did too. But later on, once he found out that I got my license and all that, we did have a talk, which I respect and I totally understand. But he did say that, you know, if he were to give it to me and God forbid something happens, it would be on his conscience. So for me, I will have to, you know, save up instead of taking over his R6, which is fine. I definitely still do want to get either an R6 or a ZX6R. Otherwise, yeah, I would have been saving for the motorcycle, trying to get a ZX6R just because the seat height is lower. I know we can lower it and do all those other things, but I did want to decide to go with a ZX6R for now. Fortunately, ever since my girlfriend's car, the Daily, it was a Veloster, ended up going on fire, I ended up having to pay a couple of things that were very expensive. So I had to pull money out from other places and I had to use it towards that instead of using it for other things that I want or whatever it may be. So getting a motorcycle is gonna be it's gonna take a little bit for sure. I was hoping to do it like kind of the beginning of next year, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Super busy, you know, now with school and work. So yeah, basically my schedule's super packed. Work sometimes give overtime, but I don't always get overtime a lot, so it's kind of hard. And since I'm coming towards the last year of my school, it's just gonna be that much harder to do things. So we'll just have to see where it goes. You know, hopefully maybe I win the jackpot or something, get rich. You know, you guys will know. All right, so the throttle body arrived an hour ago, so we're gonna go put it on. So I ended up getting this gasket from Amazon. I just want something super quick. Obviously, if I have to upgrade, if this is like really crappy, then I'll upgrade. But it's just to get the car fixed for now. So this is the throttle body, and as you guys can tell, kind of like the old gasket kind of like burned onto it. So kind of just have to scrape it off and try to just get the best seal I can. If you guys ever have to do this, just grab one of these razors and then you'll be able to do it easier. I'm gonna go into my garage though because it's like super cold out here. So I ended up just cleaning it off with the razor so there's no leftover gasket. This is just like residue and stuff. And then I cleaned a little bit inside because there was gunk. So let's go put this on. I just put on the gasket that I got from Amazon on there. So let's see how it goes. I hope it does work because man, I've really been wanting to get this car back up and running. There's a whole bunch of maintenance we need to do. But let's just pray that it works. Alrighty, so I ended up getting everything in. So let's go try to turn it on. Now before I try to start it, a little backstory. My girlfriend ended up getting this car. She wasn't even into cars, but once she met me, she was like, oh, I want an S2000 because Fast and Furious, she had Suki, I have all of that. So she wanted to get an S2000. Upon meeting up with the dude that we got the car from, super cool guy. We even test drove it. I did go a little bit harder just to try it out, see if it's, you know, reliable, and everything checked out. No codes, no anything. Then later on, maybe like, I don't know, 4 to 6 months, we ended up having a head gasket failure. So we had to go in, rip out the whole engine, get it resurfaced, all that good stuff. And then it worked until it didn't. So then when I was replacing some type of thing in there, it didn't turn on. It was having the symptoms of it wouldn't crank, but you'd still hear like the click from the relay. So it wouldn't crank at all. And then my buddy told me, hey, yeah, just move it like a foot, maybe 2 feet, just roll it. Because something that has to do with like the starter and what is it, like the flywheel or something. So did that and it worked. And then the following day, same symptoms, but then I tried to roll it again and it did not work. For this car being old and stuff, we just started going down the line. I made sure that all the fuses were good, which they are. New battery, new starter, not a new alternator, but we did get it tested. It checks out. We even looked at like the clutch interlock switch. I tried to diagnose to see if it was like the immobilizer. I just couldn't figure out what it was. I tried scanning it and it's just been like a headache trying to get this fixed because it's just something that's not easy to figure out what's wrong with it. So upon getting the new battery, I put on the trickle charger and made sure that it was all good. And then after that, we tried starting it and it was the same symptoms. So I was pretty stuck until my girlfriend said, why don't we just try to jump it? And we used my mom's car to jump it, and that's when it started, like yesterday or a couple days ago. So it was just weird. It was like, it made that click, like the relay sound made a click, and then I kept on holding it for a little bit longer and then it cranked. It was like the weirdest thing ever. So maybe the batteries are dead, but I really don't know. Actually, I'm wrong. I do know because I did check the battery with the multimeter and it did reach the right voltage. All right, moment of truth. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it works! Now we just have to wait a little bit to see if it does that rev thing, because that's just the weirdest thing ever, and I don't want the engine to poop out on me. So yeah, it seems like it works, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer and check to make sure that nothing's wrong. But I don't know, fingers crossed. And I'm pretty sure that that smoke is just because it's super cold. It doesn't seem like an excessive amount of smoke, so definitely I don't think it's a leak. Because as opposed to last time when we were in San Diego, and of course it's much warmer over there, it was like clouds of like white smoke. So I think we're good, but let me know what you guys think. And realistically, I'm a person that likes to do it yourself. If I know, even if it's like a hard job, if I know that I can get it fixed just to save me money, I will do it. If it's something that's definitely too hard or I don't have the time, then I will pay, somebody to do it. But for the most part, I've been able to do pretty much everything by myself, except when we pulled the engine. Luckily, one of my buddies, Robert, he ended up helping me pull out the engine, and his uncle was a mechanic, and they did all or majority of the work. So honestly, thanks to him, because if he didn't help us out, this car would have never been up in Sacramento. Honestly, this was a pretty good way to end the first video. Like I said, this car has just been up and down for so long. Of course, it's an old car, so it's gonna be a project car. It shouldn't be your daily. From here on out, we just have to make sure that our maintenance is fully up to date, which it always is. And then just start replacing all the parts that are pretty old, because the car is a 2008. So we'll just have to see where it goes on from now. But yeah, dude, I'm just so excited to finally get this car fixed. and hopefully it stays that way, but we'll see. Anyways, I just want to say thank you guys for watching my first video on the channel. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, like it and comment. You can subscribe. I just appreciate it. So thank you guys. Take care.